Hello PPL fans and welcome back to another PPL battle. This is week 6 after our break week. Now we are facing Ashton Akai and his AS Rowlet, and unfortunately he's got a spooky dooky team. So as you guys can see on the thing right here, he brought the Mew, the Ferrothorn, the Thundy Eye, which we dropped earlier in the season, and Fernape, Gramble, and Komala. He did not bring Mega Gyarados or, what else? He did not bring Mega Gyarados or another Mon that I can't remember. Either way. I brought the Assault Vest Raikou, the Choice Scarfed Kartana to outspeed a +1 Mega Gyarados in case it tries to set up and destroy me. A Payapa Berry Nidoqueen to take a singular Psychic from a Mew at full health to roar it out. Even at +2, I think it does about 52%, so I should be good to roar it out. Now, before this happens, I want to clarify that my Tapu Fini is misgenned. I forgot to gen Haze on it, so instead it has Defog. So yeah, or was it Nature's Madness? Yeah, instead it has Nature's Madness. It was not meant to have Nature's Madness this time around. It was supposed to have Defog, Taunt, Moonblast, and Haze. So Mew and Thundy Eye can't be cheeky and set up on me. I have a Choice Banded Arcanine with Extreme Speed, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Morning Sun, and a specially defensive Porygon 2. Well, it's mixed defensive, but more so specially defensive with Discharge, Ice Beam. Oh, he didn't bring his Zygarde 10%, which is awesome for me. So let's get this battle started. Okay, so we have Pokemon Trainer Eric issuing a challenge to me, and he's going to lead off with his Gact, which is the Mew, and I'm going to lead off with my Raikou because he does not have a Volt Switch swap in, which is good for me, and I can pretty much Volt Switch and get momentum on pretty much everything on his team. So I'm going to go for the Volt Switch as he's going to swap out and go into his Thundy Eye, which is pretty okay for me, but this actually shows that he's somewhat bulky, because that would have done a little bit more than that. I believe that did like 30-something%, and the Volt Switch would have been like 40-ish, I believe. I go into my Nidoqueen wanting to get Rocks Up. He's not going to want to stay in because, you know, unless he has Psychic, it's not going to matter too much. I get my Rocks Up as he goes into Drop Bear the Komala, which is pretty good. I get Rocks Up early on, and he can probably Rapid Spin with this thing. Here, I'm going to go for the Earth Power. I want to gauge what this Komala is. Maybe not too good of an idea as he goes for the Wish. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's a Calm Mind Komala. Maybe he'll set up on me. I'm going to go for the Roar here, being an idiot. Not realizing that he goes for Earthquake, and that's good for me. You know why? Because now my Payapa Berry does not matter, because Mew kills me even if it's at normal +1 range. So here he brings in Infernape, and it doesn't matter about the Stealth Rock damage, or he's roared out into Infernape and gets his Wish up. Here I'm going to swap out. I'm going to make a ballsy play going into my Tapu Fini, thinking he's going to go for the Earthquake and not the Thunder Punch, or possibly the Flare Blitz, because I still take Thunder Punch fairly well. He does go for the Earthquake, and this is good to show me that he's actually Life Orbing Fernape, which is perfect because now I don't have to worry about Choice Banded. He can still potentially be a mix set with Nasty Plot, but at the same time, it's a bad Pokemon. I don't like it. Now he's gonna go into his Ferrothorn. I'm gonna go for the Moonblast in case he just, you know, wants to get Thunder Punch damage off on me. Now he goes for the Stealth Rock here, and I'm gonna go for the Taunt predicting him to go for the Stealth Rock, because I really did not want him getting his rocks up. Also, at this point, I realized I did not have haze, so Mew could come in at pretty much any time and try and set up on me. Even if it's Calm Mind, if it's Nasty Plot, no matter what it is, I can't stop it now. He's gonna, you know, here I make my first misplay. I go into Arcanine predicting him to go for a Power Whip. And remember, I'm Choice Banded, and I need the Choice Band to be able to 2-hit KO defensive Mew. And he goes for the knockoff. So I lose my Choice Band the turn I bring Arcanine in, which is not great for me at all, because it would have mattered a lot more later on. I really needed this Arcanine to keep its item, and I made a bad play. He goes for, you know, even if I did not have, if I still had the Choice Band, I would have been able to 2-hit KO this Granbull right here. It would have been great. With the Flare Blitz, it would have been great. Unfortunately, I don't now, so now I can't 2-hit KO the Granbull, which is exactly what I was planning in, so I made a bad play there. So now if the Mew is defensive, I'm not going to be able to break it, except with maybe Raikou, but even then Calm Mind's a problem. Here I'm going to go into Kartana, maybe predicting the Earthquake or Fire Punch, not the Fire Punch, a Play Rough, but it doesn't matter. He does go for the Earthquake. Here, I was also debating, oh, he's gonna go into either Thundy or Mew. I could go for Night Slash, but what if he goes into Ferrothorn? I don't want to have him have hazards up, so I go for the Sacred Sword, which Night Slash would have done a decent amount of damage to this thing. It wouldn't have killed from this range because I believe that this Thundy Eye was defensive and actually goes for the rest. So awesome. Prankster Rest. At this point I'm thinking he's probably Rest Sleep Talk with like Thunderbolt and I don't know, Nasty Plot or something. Here I don't know why I stay in, go for the another Sacred Sword. I believe it was a roll whether or not I could kill him from that range. I did not expect him to have the rest though, so did not anticipate that. So pretty much everything's just going bad here. Here I'm gonna swap in, making a ballsy play, thinking, oh, he's probably gonna go for Sleep Talk, and he's gonna get rest first turn. And he does go for the Sleep Talk because, you know, awesome things, and he does get rest first turn. So here I'm free to Volt Switch again just to get momentum on his team. I know he's going to swap out here. I do have the HP Ice, but I'd rather just go for the Volt Switch and get some momentum up and prevent him from getting his hazards up with pressuring him, because now I really can't let the Mew come in at any point, otherwise I'm going to straight up lose, because I don't have haze anymore, so I can't stop it from setting up on me, because I missed Gen, by the way. I'm a little irritated at this battle. Here I go for the Flare Blitz again. Remember, if I was Choice Banded, I would be doing so much more damage to this thing, and I don't think he would have died, but he would have been super low. I do go for the Flare Blitz again. It's gonna bring him down low enough right there. I don't think that Flare Blitz would have killed if I was Choice Banded. I did, you know, ow, fuck. I bumped into my table there. I did make the unfortunate play. Here I'm just gonna go for another Flare Blitz, not wanting him to get some damage off. I'm not Choice Banded anymore, so I could have potentially gone for the Close Combat, predicting this thing to come in, and then gone for the Extreme Speed, because I wasn't Choice Banded anymore, but unfortunately I do go for the Flare Blitz. So at this point I'm just thinking, well, I'm kind of fucked here. Here I'm sacking Kartana because I don't really need it. The Gyarados at +1 isn't even here, so I don't need to worry about it too much. Which I guess in maybe retrospect that was a bad play. Here he goes for the Mach Punch, and it does kill me. I was Choice Scarf, so I could have gotten some damage off, but he did go for the safe Mach Punch. Here I'm going to go back into Raikage and go for the Volt Switch because fun times. And he's going to swap out, I believe, into his Komala. Yes, into his Komala. I'm going to Volt Switch out, like I said. And here I bring in Tapu Fini. I know it's pretty quiet commentary. Here I bring in Tapu Fini. I'm thinking I really don't want him to get another Wish Up. I'm going to go for the Taunt. I would like to get a Taunt up. It would be great for me to taunt. Fun times. Awesome times. Taunted away. So here he goes for the, I go for the Taunt, and he goes for the U-turn. The slow U-turn to get some initiative into his, which finally comes in since the first turn, Mew. And here I make another misplay. I make a very bad play. I should have not stayed in. I should have stayed in and taunted. Because even if he nasty plotted, I could have handled that. I definitely could have handled that. If he nasty plotted, it would have been fine. Here, I go straight into Raikou, wanting to, you know, Shadow Ball, because I'm thinking, oh, he's going to go for Calm Mind. He goes for the nasty plot, which in retrospect, I should have just taunted. So I go for the Shadow Ball here. It does a decent amount of damage, 2-hit KO, and I get the special D drop. And now he goes for Rock Polish. So this is fun. Here, I actually stay in, because I am Assault Vested. I can take a +1 Psychic, as he goes for the Z Psychic on Mew, with Immunium Z, which is Genesis Supernova. And at this point, it's just a sweep, so I'm gonna tag out. I'm just gonna tag out, and you guys can watch me get swept.